Hey everybody, this is Chris from DoubleTroubleTandem, and today we're going to talk about tandem drivetrains, specifically the difference between double-sided and single-sided drivetrains. The first bike we have to show you is this Calfee, which is a double-sided drivetrain. That means that it has a timing chain running from the captain to the stoker on the left side of the bike. Then we have just a traditional 3x11 drivetrain on the right side of the bike. The issue here is that when the captain's providing power, the tension's on the top of the chain going this way, and then there's tension to drive the rear wheel that's going this direction, and that causes the bottom of the bike to twist with the pressure being added, which also means that as you twist it, you're also putting more pressure on your bearings, which means you're going to lose power. Next, we have this also powder keg. This actually came as a double-sided drivetrain, so it was very similar. It had the chain running down the left side, and then it had a 3x9 drivetrain on the back. And what happened to us was that we actually hit a rock and we actually bent the cranks, which would have meant having to buy a tandem-specific crankset to replace it. But instead what we did is we converted it to single-sided. So this crankset here was actually off of one of my very old bikes. And so again, this is just a traditional crankset that you can order online for $100 or less. And what we did is we took off the large ring that came with it, and instead we put this smaller 30-tooth ring, and then we put a bash guard in the center, and then we just abandoned the smallest ring altogether because it's not necessary for the captain. Then we come back here and we use the exact same ring, which we replaced a very large ring that was on the bike to begin with the same exact ring, which means that on both the front and the back we've actually created more clearance so that way we don't hit rocks and logs as we go over them by using a smaller ring. Since this is a 104 BCD, this is the smallest ring we could go with. Then on the center ring and the small ring, we just have traditional 2x setup here with a 32-tooth ring and a 22-tooth ring, meaning that we still get some added range here, and we were able to not limit it to not go into the third gear by just limiting the motion with the limit screw, and we still were able to use the same derailleur and the same shift lever, so there was no added cost there. And then we just abandoned the old ring on the outside. And that being said, if this crankset ever breaks, we could also use the same type of crankset we use on the back, or pretty much anything we want to that has a triple on the right side of the bike. So we did lose some range, but one of the things we did to both improve shifting and give us more range is we actually went to a XTR mountain-specific derailleur, and we combined that with an E13 cassette, which has a 9 to 46 range, which is really great. And then also the derailleur has a clutch, meaning that it's going to shift better as we go over rocky and bumpy terrain. And so we still have quite a bit of range, and we have much better low range. We did sacrifice some high range, but that's okay because we don't generally use it, seeing as we mostly take our bike off-road. And so that's it for the drivetrain. I want to mention one other thing, which is this bash guard we have on our bottom tube to protect it. We will actually teach you how to make one of these in our next video, so I hope you can come back and tune in for that. So if you want to follow us, then you'll get to see when that movie comes out. So I hope you enjoyed this video and hope you have a great day. Thanks everybody.